Hey everybody. As we are just beginning our transition of School District of Waukesha staff members from Outlook over to Gmail, one of the concerns that came up is the transition between the two, and anything that you have made that's a distribution or a contact list in your Outlook, would they be transferred over to your Gmail? And the truth is, no, they won't come over with you by anything that's going on in the conversion process. So if you want those lists to come over, you're going to have to do that manually. So we found a way to do it. Just takes a couple of steps, and this will be one way in which you can make sure that your distribution lists come over to Gmail, so you don't have to recreate them all by hand there. So we're going to hop into it and take a look at how to do that. The first thing you want to do, obviously, is since you are presently in Outlook, is to go and log into Outlook, and then click on the Contacts tab over here. Now here you can see my list of contacts, and I'm going to go into the one that I want to convert over. And you'd obviously have to repeat this several times if you want to do this for all of your contact lists. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send mail to that contact list. So I click the Send Mail to List up here, and you can see the contact list appears here. If you are not in that contact list already, you would want to include your address in the carbon copy line. No need to put anything in the body, but I would make a suggestion that you would actually send some sort of a message to them in the subject that says, "This is just a test. Please delete." Something like that, so they know that this is not something they should expect. Something like, "I am just moving my seventh grade team contacts." Something like that. I would put in the subject, though, the name of the contact list that you're moving so that you know later on what you were working with. So we're going to go ahead and click send. You should know this is going to send to the people in that contact list inbox, so just be aware of that. You may either want to prep them in advance of it, or like I said, just put it in either the subject line or in the body of it. So once we click send, and it appears for everybody, you'll notice that it'll be in your inbox. Here it is, sent just a little while ago. I don't want to send it to that group again, but you'll see that it is in your inbox. And so one of the things that I would recommend at this point is to move it into one of your folders. That way, when the transition happens from Outlook to Gmail, your folders, which are going to transition, will carry that message in, and you'll know where to find it on the other side, because we're not going to do anything with it in Gmail until you are converted over to Gmail. So I would again stick that in one of the folders. All right, so magic happens and you're notified that your transition is taking place, and now you have been notified that you've been completely transitioned to Gmail, and you should work in Gmail from that point on. And now it's time to bring your contact list in. So here's how we're going to do that. Going into here, you can see a list of my folders that came over in the conversion, and going to whatever folder it is that you've placed it in. I've got it in my starred folder here. Right here is my message, and you'll notice that all the people on my contact list are still there. By clicking the little arrow next to that list, you'll see all of the details of the people who are on that list. So there they are. And this happens to be the format I need to transfer it into a Google contact list. So I highlight it, and then I just right click and copy. And now here's the part where we make the contact list. There's two ways to get to your contacts list in Gmail. One of them is by clicking this little drop down arrow and clicking on contacts. The other one is to go up to the dashboard here and click contacts. Either way will take you to the same place. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to create first a new group. Two places to do that. Okay. But I'm going to do it here, new group, and I'm going to call it my seventh grade contact list, or my seventh grade team, or whatever it is the name of that contact list was before. And I'm going to click OK. And here is my contact list that I'm working on. Notice there's no contacts in this group right now. So what I do is I click on the plus or add button up here. And now what I'm going to do is right click and paste. And you'll see that all of the information I copied from that email will pop in here in the correct format. And when I click add, it takes just a second, and I have created my contact list complete with all of the names that were in there from before. If I need to add additional individuals, I can do the same thing just by typing their email address in here. And there you see my completed contact list that I can later go to email. And I'll just show you how to do that quick. So when I go back to mail and I want to compose a message to that contact list, I click compose. I put 7th grade contact list. I happen to have 2 of those. And you'll see all of the names appear from my contact list. So that's the way that we go about maintaining a contact list that was made in Outlook but now needs to transition over to Gmail. Hope that works for you and hope that answers some questions.